Look at these photos. Look at his smile. You're telling me you're not smiling just by looking at them? Me personally, I literally thought I had no ambition until I watched One Piece. Ironically, wears Zoro earrings. I think it's called like Sweet Dreams. And it turns on. I need to change the battery. So today I'm going to be talking about how One Piece saved my life. I know that sounds so dramatic and so crazy, but it's true. Specifically for this, I wore my... Wait, let me show you the back. It's so cute. Not caught up. I'm in Wano. I'm almost caught up though, so I feel like it's fine for me to record this. I did record a video like 6 months ago, literally on my birthday. I was at the beach. It was 40 minutes long, talking about what I'm going to talk about now. I'm glad I waited though. He seriously like changed my perspective like crazy. I used to be someone who always felt super trapped, suffocated. Like I felt like I didn't have freedom, and I felt like I didn't have any ambition. One Piece completely changed that. Like saying it verbally is so weird because I don't think I've ever told anyone. Like I've talked about my favorite characters. I said I am gonna go into more depth. I split this video into 5 parts. I can literally talk about this for 100 hours. I need a water break. I can talk about I got this a year ago. It was when Film Red came out. Okay, the first one is just kind of like a really brief intro. What is One Piece? If you're clicking on this, you don't know, don't worry, I'll give you a brief summary and basically how I got into it. The second one is super short as well. I'm just gonna make it clear that I'm mainly only talking about pre-time skip One Piece because that specifically is what helped me. And then for the third one, this is the main bulk of the video. It's basically how One Piece has saved me, and it's gonna be split into 3 parts, but it's perspective, freedom, and ambition. And in the fourth one, I mean, how can I not talk about that? I'm gonna be talking about the Straw Hats and how the Straw Hats, each of them like individually helped me. It's just certain like characteristics of them and what I've used. The end is just basically like an overall of, I guess, my thoughts on One Piece. Do I recommend it? I've never once in my life actually do that now. And then the cons to One Piece. First of all, One Piece is a very popular anime. Before I started, I didn't know it was so popular. I've like heard of it. I'm sure everyone at one point, especially now since the live actions come out. I know so many people who have watched that who don't even know what like anime is or anything. I think it's really funny. Don't ask me what my thoughts are. I'm just not a live action person. I love animation, I love art, I like that type of stuff. So no hate to anyone. The cast is super cool. It's this main character, his name is Luffy. He has a dream to be the king of the pirates. Someone's already been a king of a pirate, and he has literally nothing. This guy doesn't know anything, so he's okay, I'm gonna like gather up a crew, and he starts his journey. Goes around and he collects them, like Pokemon cards. Not actually. Gets his crew, and I know that One Piece is shonen. I've never watched a shonen anime in my life. That's why like the fact that I watched One Piece is so out of character for me. But okay, I'm getting too excited talking about this. More adventure type. I mean, they're going on a journey. Hello, basically. They have a boat and they're going to like every island imaginable. They're meeting all the different types of people, finding literally everyone you can ever imagine, trying like to reach their goals basically so Luffy can become king of the pirates. I'm gonna make the big assumption that you cannot hate a single Straw Hat. They're like a found family. Every single crew member is so lovable. You'll never find, like, I've watched so many animes where there are like those teams, those groups, but you'll never find one like the Straw Hats. So that's like a brief overview of One Piece. Obviously it's very fake, but when you look, you get into One Piece, it's so real. I know that sounds silly, like it's powers and it's so fake, and it's like century wise, this is like ages ago. But it's just some like themes they have is very real. It's like kind of deep, but it's just how you want to take it at this point. So now I want to talk really briefly how I got into One Piece and why I think my input is important. I'm not saying that, I mean, anyone's input is important, but like I said, it was so out of character for me to start One Piece. I would have never watched One Piece. I literally didn't know anything about One Piece. I knew there was Luffy, I knew Ace, I knew Sanji because I just knew he was a cook because my friend got like the cookbook and I remember that from her private story. Other than that, anything else? So I've been watching, it's been like a year and like 4 months. I decided I ever watched, I was at my friend's house. I think they were on episode 3 from episode 1, but I was like, it's fine, like don't go back, I'll keep watching. And it was Luffy and Shanks, and I was like, wait, this is so cute. Like I was barely paying attention, but for whatever reason, I thought Shanks was Ace because I told you I knew who Ace was. But my friend was like, no bro, you're getting confused with someone else. I'm like, okay, whatever. I kept in the back of my head that I did watch a little bit with my friend, but I didn't go back home and watch. Fast forward, when I started working, the person who trained me a tattoo of the very iconic scene where Luffy gives Nami his hat early on, and I told her, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to watch that. And she's like, okay, yeah, cool. I mean, she didn't really care. But after that training day, because it was like 8 hours, I came back home, I made myself food, and I was like, let me just watch. Why I think I'm the luckiest person ever? Well, I went into One Piece knowing absolutely nothing. Second of all, I knew it was long, but my intention when I got into One Piece is I don't care about the episodes. I'm just trying to see if I like it or not. Tell me why. I literally fell in love with it like the first episode. I used to watch only really serious like action, like what I mean, like I've never watched such like a goofy. I watched the first episode and I'm genuinely just laughing like, what is this? Like this is so good. I think we met Buggy in the first episode or the second episode. I don't even remember. No, we met Zoro. Okay, whatever. I watched the first one and how Luffy like comes out of the barrel and he's like fighting pirates, and then I liked how like raw Luffy was, like how he just straight up was like, nah Kobe, like you're annoying, like I don't like you. They're just so out of pocket. So I would watch it after work and it was really enjoyable. Instead of watching One Piece, I was also watching Breaking Bad. I never finished Breaking Bad. I still have like 2 episodes. I luckily refused to finish. I don't know. But anyways, I got into anime COVID, so I like got hella into anime. I watched like a bunch of different animes, but then I like fell off with anime. I mentioned this before. I mean, my wall is literally Bungo Stray Dogs. I don't watch it. I only read it. Even then, I haven't been reading the last few. Okay. I just want to make it clear. I mentioned this in my last video. If you haven't watched it, I really recommend it because I was talking about like the obsession with music and artists and like romanticizing like sadness, I guess. And that's kind of what I did with music, Bungo Stray Dogs, and how I use that to also feed into my like sadness. The thing is with One Piece, I haven't been like obsessed with it. I mean, yeah, I'm wearing this. I unironically wear Zoro earrings, but that's out of pure joy and so cute. If I was obsessed with it, I would have finished it probably in a month. Like I definitely had the time to do that, but I didn't. Just been taking it as it is. I mean, it is a journey. I mean, it literally is a journey. I don't know why I did that. I'm just trying to make an emphasis. I'm not obsessed with it. I genuinely just love it. Because in COVID, I used to obsess over animes. Like, I hella obsessed over JoJo's, over Bungo Stray Dogs. And then now it's just One Piece, but it's not in a weird obsession way. I'm not using that as, like, an escape. Side note, this is my Shanks shirt. It's my only red shirt, so I'm, like, looking at myself as I'm filming. I'm like, I don't ever wear red. Okay, moving on to section 2. This is just clarifying that I'm mainly only talking about One Piece pre-time skip. You probably think of this because that's what I used to think of. That's why I was really confused when I met certain characters and they don't look like this, because the time skip changed art style and a lot of stuff. For lighthearted, like yeah, there are very heavy moments. It doesn't like cloud everything, so it's really nice. But the music, in my opinion, is so much better pre-time skip. Like I remember in Alabasta, like the OPA that would just be playing, and I think the openings were a lot better. And it's just they played Zoro's theme so much more, and his theme is crazy. All of their themes was played a lot more, and it's just now I feel like in post-time skip it's just the same like 2 generic ones, and like I know you have more. But I just really like the whole concept of the found family. They're going on their own adventure, and it's just like their whole pursuit towards their dreams. Even though they are considered like silly and everyone will laugh at them, they're still reaching towards it. Cute, like this scene like from the Grand Line when like go around and tell like the OG, they say what their dreams are and they're like, yeah, like this is what we're going for. So cute. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to the 3rd section, and in this 3rd section there are 3 sections. This is how One Piece has saved me. I've only told one person like what I'm about to say now, and that literally made me cry. Like when I was telling them, like I was saying it verbally, I'm like, wait, this literally like impacted me and changed my life, like for the better. Like I was crying out of gratefulness, tears, and happiness, but I wasn't like happy when I was saying that. I was like, damn, I can't believe eye-opening. I don't know, okay? Leave me alone. I think this is the funniest part ever, because one of my writing courses, we had conclusions, and our professor was like, you have to connect it to the characters or to your essay. And tell me why I used One Piece in all of my essays. And I tell you, they're the best essays I've ever written. Probably not. They're pretty good though. But all 3 of them have to do with what I'm going to talk about. And it's so interesting because I took that class like 4 months after watching One Piece. Yeah. Shout out to those essays. The first one, in regards to perspective, my essay was about the nature of reality, and it was a trippy essay. It questioned our perspective and what we really see to be true and what not to be. This one was one where we didn't have to do a conclusion at first until the end of the term, so I went back to edit. The character comes back post-time skip, but we meet him in Sabaody arc, I think that's what it's called. Sabaody Park, whatever that arc is. It's the starfish dude, and I was just saying how like, he believed he was a human even though he's a starfish, that's why he can talk. Whatever, it's about nature of reality, but it just worked like that. Let's talk about perspective and One Piece. Before I watched One Piece, I wasn't in the best mindset, but I was in a state where I was trying to grow. Thing is, when you're here and you have nothing, you want something, right? I honestly think if you have nothing and you really hit rock bottom, that's like the best. That is literally a blessing. That is a blessing in disguise, because you can only go up. I think under. This is the under. Like this is the bottom. I've talked about this before in my other video. I literally recommend it so much because I changed my music as I was watching One Piece. But I changed my mind to be very uplifted, happy, and just a very, very, very positive mindset. Like you'll never ever catch me being negative or just any of that like yucky stuff. I mean, hello, we're introduced to Luffy, the main character. Okay, look at these photos. Look at his smile. You're telling me you're not smiling just by looking at them? Literally, Luffy's smile. I have on my phone case. Like, it's so cute. You're introduced to that character straight away and you're telling me you're not smiling, you're not laughing, and this guy is a goofball. Like, he is so silly. He doesn't care. It's just too good. I've never met a character like this. What I really like about One Piece, I know it's super long, but I really like how long it is. Because Luffy, like his bounty, for example, so they're pirates, right? So they have wanted posters and there's an amount on them. Like, you see how it grows. It starts from literally nothing, and what it is now, I won't spoil it, but it's like insane, like where he is right now. But that didn't happen overnight. Like, it's so real. Because growth in general, stuff like that just doesn't happen overnight, okay? Just like the MC is so positive and so cute and inspiring. So it just helped me with my perspective shift. Another thing is, when I first started watching One Piece, I hadn't gone to the gym yet, but it was something I've been wanting to do, and also fix my eating habits, which I'm going to talk about this more. But what I would do was I would turn on One Piece, because it was on Netflix when I was watching pre-timeskip, and I would literally, like this, I'd be doing squats, like 50 squats as I'm watching One Piece, and then I'd drink like a protein shake. Funny, because obviously I don't do that anymore. That was like East Blue, I'm pretty sure, like the beginning of One Piece, and then slowly like I like started to go to the gym and actually have a whole workout and everything. The second one, freedom. This one is what made me like tear up when I was talking about One Piece and freedom. But I'm glad I waited to make this video because Ace said this quote recently, episode 1015, where Ace tells Yamato like, you can't, because Yamato's all like, oh, I'm not free, like look, I literally have these like handcuffs that if I walk out of the island, they'll explode. Like, I can't escape. Like, I'm trapped, whatever. And then he was like, bro, you can't let them trap your heart, though. That's very deep. But basically, from episode, you don't have to wait till episode 1000 to hear such a quote, because we're met with Luffy, and I love how we get his backstory straight away. I personally, I love his backstory. I wrote it in one of my essays, the relationship between Luffy and Shanks, and how, like, despite Garp still became a pirate. I'm gonna ignore the rat allegations of Shanks. Please, I hope they're fake. I literally love Shanks so much. If he is a rat, I'd be very disappointed, like, for real. And this isn't a spoiler. Nothing in this video is a spoiler, because if you want to watch it, I hate spoilers, so I'm not going to do that. Luffy, the main character, he wants to become, you know, king of the pirates. He wants to become a pirate. The person who really influenced him is this character Shanks, but his grandpa, who's constantly telling Luffy like, no, like you have to be a marine. That's like the government basically in One Piece. Be a pirate, whatever, and he'd always like tell him off. Luffy's like, bro, like I'm trying to be free, I'm not trying to do that. And he doesn't do that. But when I started watching One Piece, it changed my perspective in regards to freedom, because I realized that no matter what, no matter where I am, I will always have freedom, because freedom is something that within you. It's not something outside. Pre-timeskip is also so pretty, because if you watch it, there's so many scenes of like Luffy standing and he's like looking at the ocean, and I think the sea is the most freeing thing ever. I mean, the whole theme of One Piece is Luffy wants to be the freest man ever, and in One Piece at least, being a pirate is the most free because you're not restricted by anything. Yeah, like you have the government, the marines hunting you down. I personally really like this because I always thought that my atmosphere is what determined whether I'm free or not, but I realized that like, no, it's me. Like I determined that, and I determined that with my actions and what I do and what I put in my head. I'm gonna say like everyone's like this because I don't think everyone's like this, but for me personally, freedom is like the biggest thing in the world. That's why I really like One Piece. If you're someone who you don't care about this stuff, or you're already free or whatever, then this theme exactly isn't going to resonate with you. But personally for me, freedom, I just value that so much. But the Straw Hats, they all want their own freedom as well. Luffy's the captain, but all of them are their own captain. Like Luffy doesn't control, he doesn't force, he doesn't do anything. Like they truly are the freest pirates ever, because in One Piece you're introduced to so many pirate crews. It's just you won't find a crew like Luffy's. Aside from Luffy's freedom, and that's what he wants, all of his crewmates get that, or at least they have that with him. On to ambition. As I was talking about freedom, I thought that was going to be the biggest one, but I realized maybe ambition is going to be. I just didn't notice freedom at first. Every single crew member has literally the craziest dream ever. Specifically, I think I'm going to mainly talk about the monster trio. If you don't know who they are, it's Luffy, the main character, and then his two, people call him like the wings, like his right and left hand man. But it's Sanji and Zoro. And why I think this is so important, if you're someone who has never had ambition, let me tell you something. everyone has ambition, okay? That's how you're raised, I think, because we all have things that we love and we're passionate about. But for me personally, I literally thought I had no ambition until I watched One Piece. That's why like One Piece has had the biggest impact on me ever. Because about any limiting fact, anything, bro. These characters have the silliest, okay, personally I don't think they are, but from an outsider's perspective, from other pirates, from haters in the show, they have the silliest dreams ever, but they're going for it. That's why I like how it's long. Why do people complain One Piece is long? It's realistic. Because it shows their growth. Like, it helped me a lot with that. I mean, like, yeah, there's something called vision boards. I didn't know vision boards existed. So like a year ago, someone told me, and I was like, okay, I guess vision boards help people. Literally One Piece helped me with that. This is the third essay I was talking about that I wrote for my class. It's just a conclusion. I talked about the main character of the book, and I tied his ambition to Zoro's ambition. I mean, everything I'm saying about One Piece, it might be wrong as well. The creator himself, Oda, might be like, that's just cap. It's just what I'm taking from it, it's what I'm analyzing from it, at least what I've been seeing. But I connected this character with Zoro, who I feel like everyone knows who Zoro is. The thing is, I find it really funny. I don't realize how much I like Zoro. Like, Zoro's character has helped me so much, like, without even realizing. I'm pretty sure episode 2 or 3, we meet him so early on, and that guy has literally such an admirable ambition, doing whatever. Like, he's like, I have to be the strongest. This is not a spoiler, you can find this out in the second episode, but he wants to be the strongest swordsman, and this title is literally already obtained by someone. Like, there's another guy who is literally the strongest swordsman, and he trains like crazy as a kid. He fights like crazy to get that title, basically. Mentioning the monster trio, I literally love these three. Like, ambition, I think of those three. I know all the other Straw Hats, they have their dreams, whatever, but I think the monster trio hits different. Bringing up Sanji, we meet him, I think episode 17, I don't remember exactly, but we meet him pretty early on. Basically, he meets Zoro, and I don't know where the conversation started, but Zoro's like, yeah, no, I'm trying to be the strongest swordsman. But Sanji literally was like, oh, that's such a stupid dream. And then Zoro's like, bro, like, only I get to call my dream stupid. Like, you cannot be saying that. And then, literally right after, Mihawk pulls up, and Zoro's like, nah, bro, I need to get that title, so he fights him. And that was, like, kind of eye-opening for Sanji, because Sanji literally saw Zoro literally almost die for his ambition, for his goal. And Sanji was someone who had a dream. He had a dream. He wants to find the All Blue, which is like, it's like where all the oceans connect, which is impossible. That's what haters would say. But no one's found it yet. Sanji will find it. That was eye-opening for Sanji to see Zoro do that, because he was like kind of trapped. Like, he stayed at the restaurant he was working with because he felt like he had debt to the person who saved him, even though the person who saved him literally wanted him to, like, he was like forcing him to leave. He's like, nah, bro, leave, because he wants him to follow his dream. It's just so beautiful. I personally really like Sanji's backstory. I love all of their backstories. I don't know how people can say like only one is their favorite. Like, they're all so beautiful and they fit the characters so well. But I just love that interaction. Personally, I really like Sanji and Zoro. I hate people saying one is better than the other. You're not watching One Piece. You're watching Two Piece. You're watching Three Piece at this point. Like, are we watching the same show? Like, those two are just, they're so unmatched. They're probably the best duo. It's just, they have the craziest dreams ever, but they're going for it like anyways. And nothing stops them. I guess people watch it, fights are cool, the characters are pretty, I don't know, whatever. Because I know people, they really like Wano, which is where I'm at. It's like the most popular. Because the fight with Kaido, whatever, bro. The theme of ambition is so amazing. People who make fun of you or whatever, it's because they're not pursuing theirs. Like, haters are just the lames. Like, you know what I mean? Really cool people, they'll never be hating on you like that. Don't care if people are hating on you. Like, never care. You're doing your own thing. Like, but if you're someone who you think you have no ambition, I'm sure you do. It's just someone has told you otherwise. Like, trust me, you do. I guess it's like only if you want to. I mean, I'm not like forcing this upon you. MF that gets up after every defeat. Like, he is him. Luffy's got that dog in him. Like, for real, like, Monkey D. Luffy, the D stands for dog. Hey, I was with Roger Laugh-Tale, so I know what D stands for. But yeah, like, they just keep going. Like, nothing stops them. Okay, now the fourth one, if you're like, whoa, like, why are you not talking about the other characters? Why are you just talking about the monster trio? Why are you just talking about Luffy? This is so personal, by the way. We're gonna think this is really weird. I don't mind, because I'm just being very honest. I don't know, but I'm just saying this might not resonate with you guys, or if you've watched One Piece and you know like the Straw Hats and you're like, oh, that's so weird that you see them like that. That's just how I see it. So this should inspire you to like think about their character and be like, oh, what can I take from them? Like, what are good honorable traits that I should take from them? That's it. I've already mentioned this, but the monster trio, they've got literally the craziest, to the haters, I'm talking about like the op pirates, are either it's never been done before, the name's already taken, it's been whatever, but they're still going for it. It's just like the most wildest dream ever, but they're turning that dream into a reality. Now let's move on to each Straw Hat in specific. This one we got Luffy. He is just a real MF. Like, he's the realest ever. The thing about all the Straw Hats, I'm gonna repeat myself, but they have the, I don't want to cuss, but they have the IDGAF. They don't give no Fs, you know? Type 5, Luffy, obviously his ambition, and he's the best emotional intelligence I've ever seen in any MC. Every episode, I love Luffy more. Like, the stuff he does for his crewmates, the stuff he does for those people, you'll never meet someone this real. No, he's the best. I'm gonna just finish the monster trio, but Zoro, same thing, ambition, the same mentality, I don't want to say the word, but giving no F's. And also, personally, I talked about, like, when I was doing those squats, Zoro really helped me, the gym, I guess. There's not that many scenes of him working out. There are in pre-timeskip, like, just a couple scenes. Arm day used to be my least. I'm so big now, like, literally my least favorite ever. I would skip that so much when I first started, but then I started listening to, like, this it's on SoundCloud, it's Cardi and Zoro, put Zoro's voice on top of Cardi. I feel like Zoro every time I hit chest, and chest has literally become my favorite. If you go to the gym and you don't like arms, honestly, I feel like every girl who starts at the gym, like, they want to start off with making their glutes super big, but then now they just want to make their arms really big. At least personally, that's me. I literally love arm day. Like, so I think Zoro in the gym is really helpful. I mean, personally, for me, that's what helped me. Now, moving on to Sanji, is part of the monster trio. Tell me why I didn't know Sanji could fight. When I first started watching One Piece, that's why I'm enjoying it so much, because I just don't know what's gonna happen. I didn't know he could fight. The first time you see him, he beats up a marine, and I was like, wait, this is about to be my favorite character. No, pre-timeskip Sanji is so top tier. He helped me with cooking. I hate cooking. I still hate. Okay, I don't like to use the word hate. That's really harsh. But if I could, I would rather not cook. I started a photo album, and it's called Food, and I'll take pictures of all my meals, not all of them, but just the ones I think are really cool. At least it's like it has protein, greens, and everything. I don't do it as much, but I did that so much when I started One Piece, because like when I first started watching One Piece to the gym, I started eating better, so I'd literally act like, oh, I'm like Sanji. And I don't mean like, oh, I'm like them. I'll put it in my head, like, let me pretend I'm like Sanji so I can enjoy cooking, because I don't like it. I don't cook that well either. Personally, I think my food is really yummy, like, I'll eat my food. And then Nami, as of now, I can't really remember. I just want to say she's so beautiful. Like, I love her eye candy. But I mean, I guess like when I was working and like when I'm working and stuff, Nami is so well written. Thing is, she's not like, in a lot of animes, the characters either overlooked or they're clouded by their traumas or like their backstory, but none of the Straw Hats are like that. Like, they have the craziest backstories ever that will literally make you cry, but it's like nothing. I don't know, it's so admirable. Like, I mean, I don't know what to say. She's just a baddie. Like, what can I say? Okay, so Usopp, this is gonna be really silly. When he first got introduced, his weapon of choice I really liked, because it reminded me of, I remember hearing a story when I was a kid of a prophet who had the same weapon as him, and I was like, that is so tough. But regardless, I personally like Usopp. I think he's such a cool homie. I love all the Straw Hats. Nami and Usopp are such a funny duo. But tell me why, when I took my first calc class, after you learn about integration, you're gonna learn about something called U substitution, right? I remember everyone complaining about it, everyone saying like, this is the worst thing ever, and I'm not about that like negative mentality. So it's like, you know what? Usopp looks a lot like Usopp. Tell me why. I literally love U substitution so much, because when I see Usopp, I think of Usopp. I'm like, bro, Usopp's like my slime. Like, of course I'm gonna love this. Usopp really helped me with calc. Shout out to him. But I'm being so serious. This is more in the beginning. I feel like he shows his more creative side. I mean, he's like a painter. I love that. In official art, there's some in openings he'll be like painting. Okay, Chopper. He's so cute. Oh my god. Okay, so before, I don't know why I had this image of Chopper and I was not excited to meet him, because for whatever reason, I don't know, I like saw a photo or something and I was like, oh, I'm not trying to meet that. I don't want a talking animal on the crew. Literally, Chopper became my favorite. Chopper helped me. As a doctor, he's the doctor of the Straw Hats, and it's him studying with this other character who's a surgeon. I had that photo on my laptop because the background was them studying, and every time I'd go on my laptop, it's like, okay, like, I'll just have it and I'll be like studying, like I'm studying like them. Like, they're studying medicine. I'm not studying medicine. Yeah, it's just like that motivation to study. Oh yeah, so moving on to Robin. When I first met Robin, episode 67, I literally fell in love with her and I thought she was the strongest ever, because she basically like soloed all the Straw Hats. The thing that I love about the Straw Hats, now I'm going more into like the older Straw Hats. I didn't mention the age of anyone else. I don't know if that's important. Pre-timeskip at least. Luffy's 17, Usopp's 17, Nami's 18. Sanji and Zoro are 19, so they're like younger, right? And then now I'm gonna mention Robin, Brooke, Frankie, and Jinbei. They're much older. I don't remember their ages from the top of my head. Robin, pre-timeskip is 28. Frankie's like 30 something, like 34. I don't know. Brooke is like, he's 70 or something. Jinbei's like what, like 40, 50? I feel like he's like around Shanks's age. But anyways, Robin. Long story short, her whole story is she didn't have anyone till, no, I mean, she was in organizations, but she didn't have like a real family or friends until she met the Straw Hats, despite her age being 28. Friendship part, because obviously One Piece teaches you a lot about friendship. I mean, you see that with the Straw Hats, but personally for me, I think it's like, wow, like Robin, she finally found like her homies. It tells her like, you'll find people, they're out there for you, and I really like that line. Pre-timeskip, she's kind of like emo, and post-timeskip, she's elegant and beautiful. I mean, she was pre-timeskip in her feminine energy. So Frankie, I don't have that much. I literally just said super MF for real. He's just such a cool character. I really liked his backstory. It made me laugh. It was sad, but it was just, I loved it. I loved Tom. I really like Frankie as a character. He's just such a homie as well. There's not a single Straw Hat you can dislike. He's just so tough. He's the most underrated Straw Hats ever. What he told Robin, I don't remember exactly. No, just like, don't hate yourself or something like that. I don't remember. I'll find the quote. Brooke is so funny, but I literally love Soul King. He is my favorite artist ever. He is so much better than Cardi. Like, Cardi could never. Soul King's concerts, bro, like his world tour, I just said like he's tough as hell. Like, oh, I do want to say something about Brooke. I really like Brooke and Chopper's interactions. There's only been like 2 where I've noticed this, but Chopper, he's the youngest and Brooke is the eldest. Once Chopper got super stressed, Brooke is, oh my gosh, Brooke, like what are we gonna do? And then Brooke was like, hey, like calm down, like Sanji told us to just wait, let's just chill and wait for them. He literally calmed Chopper down. Lastly, Jinbei, I don't even know what to say, he's the realest. After Marineford, my faves became literally Jinbei, Law, Boa, and Rayleigh. Luffy's literally my favorite, so obviously those are gonna be my faves. But I literally said Jinbei my goat. This is the goat because he's done so much for Luffy, so I have nothing genuinely to do like inspiration. I guess just being like a real MF, being there for your homies. Topic friend, it's like a mystery devil fruit, and inside it it's like a character. Yeah, I love Jinbei. That's it with the characters. It's just some small stuff. Recap, they're all real ass MFs and they're the coolest. Okay, so now the end of the video is overall One Piece. If you go and watch the second movie of One Piece, I think it's called like, it's something to do with Chopper, like Kingdom, Animal Kingdom Adventures, whatever. It is so funny. Like the Straw Hats are so unhinged. They're so like real. They just don't deal with BS and found family. Like I genuinely love that so much. And the movie is just so funny. It's like 50 minutes long. Stuff just keeps happening. It is so unhinged. But literally, I've never seen a single show, let alone anime, but a single show, such a lovable crew where the whole group, you just love them. Do I recommend though? If I'm being like so real right now, I've never once in my life recommended One Piece to anyone. Here I'm gonna say it. If anything from this video like resonated with you, if you struggled with like hope, freedom, positive, anything like that, I 1000% recommend it. I recommend it if you're looking for something that's like so lighthearted, yet it has such deep moments and like sad moments, but it's just so nice. And overall, just such a beautiful journey and beautiful vibes. Like I said, I didn't talk about the fight scenes and stuff, but it is amazing. The scenery is beautiful. Instagram account where One Piece scenes, and I'll like add some motivational or inspiring or whatever if you want to follow it. Small little plug. Anyways, let me discuss the cons. I was gonna do this in the beginning of the video, but I don't believe these are cons, so I'm just gonna address them because that's what people say. Number 1, art style. Some people just don't have an appreciation for art, which is totally fine. That's why I don't know what to tell you guys, because I personally think the pre-time skip is so beautiful. It's such a pretty thing about like 90s animes in specific. Just it matches the vibes. Oh yeah, and then also how the women are drawn. I don't really care. It's literally an anime. It's a drawing. If anything, I just blame like the creator himself. I don't think that's a reason for you not to watch it. Like, oh, it looks like they have no organs. I mean, it's an anime. Oh yeah, and then also addressing Sanji. Personally, how I see Sanji as a character, I think of him more like pre-time skip. I just blame the creator and the animation because there are certain scenes where they exaggerate so out of character. It's not his character, in my opinion. Let me know if you end up watching One Piece. Let me know if you've already watched it. Maybe like you're caught up already. Maybe you just started, whatever episode you're on. Oh yeah, definitely tell me what arc you're on and your favorite character. I think I made it obvious who my favorite character is. It is definitely Luffy. Okay, actually, I think I really like Luffy. I like Shanks. I like Ace. I like Boa. I like Garp. I don't care what anyone says. I really like Garp. I love all the Straw Hats. Who else do I love? Yeah, I really like Crocodile. Yeah, see, any like MVP from Marineford. But let me know who your favorite Straw Hats are. If you don't know what One Piece is, I hope like I kind of gave a good I don't know. I hope this was just helpful. I really hope this video helped you in any way. Like I said, even if you don't want to watch One Piece, maybe just look up like I don't know. They're just so cute. Like they're so lovable. I'm not okay, so my phone just died on me. It's on the charger, but I was talking about the Ace carrying Luffy poster because I literally love them, and then I have Law painting. But yeah, I just hope this video helped you at least like put a smile on your face if it didn't. I don't know if you don't want to watch, if you haven't watched. Let me know if you have like a different analysis point of view or anything. But yeah, enjoyed.